What would an honest government ad sound like if they were talking about Australian values? Well, let's find out. Enjoy the video. Now, I'm slowly learning more and more about Australia, so let's see if these Australian values are what I think are Australian values.
Hello, I'm from the Australian government. Are you hoping to become an Australian citizen? If
Maybe when I retire.
so, you'll need to learn about Australian values. As the seat of government, Parliament House is the logical place to learn about Australian values, whether it be bullying, sexual harassment, cover-ups, or simply jizzing on women's desks.
Ouch. I know we have some, well, to be fair, some of our stories are pretty bad in government as well. But jizzing on someone's desk. What goes through people's heads? What do people think?
We know how to set the example. Australian values. Knowing...
A quick one. I like how it says, we set the example. Oh, man. Oh, Boris Johnson. Oh, Boris Johnson and the Tories during this pandemic. Telling everyone what to do, but not doing it themselves. It's painful.
Australian values will help you fit into our society and have a job, such as Australian value number 22. Nobody in this government faces any fucking consequences for their actions. Like Angus, whose office forged documents, or Bridge, who rorted taxpayer funds, or half our ministers who covered up the rape of a staffer in Parliament House.
No way. Surely not. Please don't tell me that last one was true. The problem is, it's not just an Australian problem, because it's happening in the UK. I assume it's happening in America. I assume it's happening in other governments. Wow, please don't tell me that last one is true. Please tell me that was a joke. I've got a feeling it isn't a joke, is it? That is atrocious. Why do the politicians not think they have to lead by example? Oh, man.
And they all still have jobs. Australian values. Respecting Australian values allows us to get on with our shitfuckery, such as Value 52. We don't investigate our minister's shitfuckery. Like Angus, where we got police to drop the investigation. Or Bridge, where we obstructed the investigation. Or Chris, who can't face an inquiry because there's no active police investigation. Or half our ministers, who can't face an inquiry because there is an active police investigation. There's always a good reason not to have an investigation. Australian values. Knowing Australian values will help you stay out of trouble, such as Value 31. If you see us breaking the law, shut the fuck up, because...
God. Oh, man. Yeah, shut the fuck up, because do as I say and not as I do, basically, isn't it? That's the way politics seems to work. And that's unfair on all politicians. That is unfair on all politicians, because not all politicians not all politicians do that.
If you report on our conduct or blow the whistle on our corruption, war crimes and corporate espionage, we'll ruin you, like we're doing to these guys. Australian values. We work hard to uphold these values. That's why we've repeatedly voted against a federal ICAC. We've even voted against a code of conduct in Parliament House, because that would go against Australian value number 16. Do whatever the fuck we want in Parliament House, such as banging in the prayer room, getting...
Oh, man. Over here, Matt Hancock got caught getting it on with his secretary type lady, but there was a hidden camera in a fire alarm. A married man getting caught, and he just resigned.
Trolleyed on the job, banging our staffers on the job, and making women feel afraid to report sexual assaults for fear of losing their job. Australian values. If you're ever unsure, look to our Prime Minister for leadership on Australian values, such as value number 8, show no leadership, ever. Like leaving for Hawaii when the country's on fire, leaving it to state premiers to handle a pandemic, leaving it to Jenny to tell you to empathise with a rape survivor, and hiding under your desk instead of going outside to meet the thousands of lying women marching to demand an end to gendered violence and discrimination in Parliament House. But
this just makes me realise once again that all the governments and leaders are just as bad. I once again, I can link it back to Boris Johnson hiding in a fridge. on the election trail when he was asked questions and he didn't want to answer them, so he hid in a fridge, a walk-in fridge, not a normal fridge. You know, this has just seemed, and I'm on the left. I'm kind of left middle, but it does seem that it's the right side that keep doing these problems. They don't care about the little people. You know, this just highlights that it's not just an Australian problem. It's not just a UK problem. It's happening in every government, it seems. And it's what, you know, us little people that are meant to do as we're told, and they do whatever the hell they want.
But hey, look on the bright side. At least we didn't shoot those thousands of women marching on Parliament House, which of course is Australian value number 81. Australian values. Good luck with your citizenship test and make sure to brush up on Australian values, especially value number 1. If you have a go, you get a go. What's that? Don't have any goes? Oh, honey, then you get to go fuck your Australian values. And remember, English is our national language. Learning it will help you understand what Aussies mean when they tell you, yeah, nah, mate, this government is a bunch of shit cunts. Authorised by our honesty coach.
There we go. Honest government ads by the Juice Media. As I said, it just stresses that all our governments are the same. It's not just an Australian problem. You know, we've got a prime minister that hides in a fridge. That the other day he was pinged and was meant to self-isolate and he wasn't going to until there was a huge backlash. The amount of times recently, especially during the pandemic, he was going to do one thing. There's been such a backlash by the public, and he's had to change what he's going to do. That is so there's that. There's, I said, Matt Hancock banging as secretary, just like you've got. You know, so many cover-ups. You know, the government taking money off these big businesses just so they don't have to pay tax and things. You know, what a shocking world we live in, really. So much for fairness, for kindness, you know, for humanity. Yeah, I think the Juice Media have got this honest ads spot on. You know, they should be leading by example, but they certainly do not. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you've got any more videos like this you'd like to recommend, join the Discord, put it in the suggestions page, and I'll catch you next time.